see if we're... I think we're working now, guys. All right. Sorry for that little technical issue. Twitch acting up on the Xbox again. So, alright, so what I was saying before is... totally sabotaging the stream to get more viewers. Nice. So we're going to beat the designer today. The devs are out of the studio right now. So I was left to my own devices. So I said, I'm going to revive an oldie but goodie that I used to do called Beat the Designer. Doctor, thank you. It's working. Good job. Thank you for that post. So I used to do this Beat the Designer when I was doing my... Before I worked for HB and I was just the headhunter. I was doing it on that account. It was an idea that I had come up with and found out that Scarpacci was already doing it on the PS4. So I had spoken to him and he was good. Doing it on the Xbox, so I made it a little different. I did Stableford, so let's see here. We've got... What I always used to do was I would turn off the... I wouldn't show the scores, so I'd turn off show rival scores, so I have no idea. So I go in, go off a score, find the friend's best ghost, and do that. So we're at Arboretum Golf and Nature Preserve. In the thread I posted today, it's the only course that got more than one vote, so that's what we're going with. I am on the Xbox today, so there's no... I don't have a webcam for that. The cam that comes off the Kinect, I sit so far from the TV that it's not good, so we will go without it. So, alright. So it's set up as Stableford. Let's do it. Or maybe we can do a second match, but it would have to be, we'd have to pick something off of an Xbox designer. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we'll get this loaded up. This is a Delta course. I can sure remember how I used to set everything up. Alright, so so it's Callie's Ghost. The advantage I get, I am playing his best score, so I do get the advantage of getting to watch him go first. Although I have played the course a couple times, so that helps a little bit. Alright, so let's do this. Oh boy. It's gonna be close. Sit. Not the start we were looking for. But we're only 129, so not bad, not bad. Alright, you want to stay left of that pin there. He trickles down a little bit, so we're gonna go over this way. Into the wind. I'm gonna loft this down just a little bit. Let's see how that works out there. Oh, sit ball. Sit. Okay. Ball is listening nicely. Alright, see what Callie can do. He's got his birdie putt. Nope. Oh, he's still got a little work to do. Settler says, better wins on this course than the day we did it on the Xbox Community Playdate 20. I do remember that being kind of high that day. Alright, so let's see if we can take the early lead here with 3 points, if we can make it. 12-footer. Oh, yeah. That turned in there nicely. Alright, so we've got 3 points. Let's see what Callie does for the 2. Got it. Alright, so he picks up 2 points. So we're up by 1. Good start. Good start. We go to number 2. Alright, so gotta try and get up to that upper level there. 61. Thinking I might leave it right about... Oh, good shot in there. Probably gonna leave it right about there. Thinking into the wind will counteract the elevation. Oh, get up. Nope, not gonna stay on. Alright. Let's see if he makes it. And He does. Alright. Got our work cut out. Look, most likely we're going to be tied here. Ooh, not quite good. At least try and make this one here. 6-footer. Oh, missed it. No good. Alright, munching on some pretzels here. Oh, that wasn't good. So that was a bogey, and that's going to put Kelly in the lead, 5-4. He picks up 3 on the birdie. Oh, terrible 3-putting. Nice, Saddler winning second web.com tournament in a row. Wow, nice work. Alright, we're gonna try and take this out over that bunker. Hopefully this can be done. Don't really know. Get up there, yeah. Jay Villain, I noticed earlier you mentioned Stableford. Will you be implementing other game modes like skins? That would be awesome. The dev team is working on multiplayer right now as we speak, and hopefully adding in some additional game modes. I haven't heard exactly what they are. I would have to imagine match play is probably going to be one of the first, but I haven't gotten any kind of news on what else is coming up. But yeah, skins would definitely be cool. All right, we're in good shape. I'll watch. Ooh, it's a tough one. I don't like to chip over more than 12-13, so we're gonna go with the flop here. Oh, look at his ball coming back. Let's see it. So he's probably gonna make bird right there. All right. See if we can't pick up the point here. Oh, had a look. Jay, any time frame? I don't have any. Oh, and he makes it. I don't have a time frame. It definitely won't be in this update. That should be coming out momentarily. There should be an update out soon. When I say momentarily, I mean could be within the week, not necessarily today. Probably definitely not going to happen today at this point. But yeah, so hopefully, maybe, possibly the next update. I don't really, like I said, I haven't gotten any kind of definitive information on that yet. All right, so I think we both made birdie there. So Kelly up 8-7. Oh, this is going to be close to that bunker. Get away. Ah, man. That's not good. So we are definitely not getting home. You know what? Just going to the sand wedge here. Let's just make sure we get this in the fairway. D-Dog high and by off the GNC land. Okay. Thanks for stopping in. 128, but it's into the wind. Could be. That's not bad. We'll loft up just a touch. Oh, all right. Sit ball, don't spin. Very nice. Okay. I need to make this here. Turn. Oh no, I crushed it. That wasn't very good. Alright, needed that one, so. Alright, that's another bogey. Callie with another birdie. That's another 2-point swing. He's up 11 to 8. Ooh, definitely not clearing that into the wind. It does seem that driving and same place fairly easy. Oh, sit. Ah, didn't think there was any chance I was getting there. Any plans to kick it up a notch or two? Not really. It's up to the dev team on where they want to go with that, but it's seemingly not really going to move. I mean, oh gosh, get lucky. The short game is going to get a look at, and we might see some changes going through there. So I don't know, maybe sand play could be a part of that. But in terms of adding difficulty levels, that's not really something that HB has built the game on. Not saying that couldn't change, of course, but I need to start making some good shots here. Let's see what Callie does here. And oh, makes the putt. And I'm in as well. Alright. I think he may have picked up another point there. Oh, no, we both got 2. Alright. So, he's up 3. Dr. AK, I'm still at the beginning. Found out about TGC Tours, but even getting the game when I was browsing Reddit looking for info on TGC. Now I'm in CCD. There you go. Yep. You can always move up as you start to play a little better, which will probably happen. Alright, good shape here. Hey Han, how's it going? Thanks everybody in chat for joining in. This is the Beat the Designer. I used to do this as the headhunter, so we're bringing this back again. Maybe this could become a regular series. Who knows? But yeah, everybody in the studio is out today. Well, not out today, but being it's already 5 o'clock there at this point, Anthony was going to do it, but he had to run to the airport, so he was unable to make it for today. I know the conspiracy theorists are running wild. There are no conspiracies, I can promise you that. All those conspiracy theories do is just give us a good laugh, because they're not true. Get up! Alright, okay. Kelly comes up a little short. Alright, so I got a chance to pick up a point here on the Designer. Let's see if we can do it. 15-footer. Oh, get in there. Oh, wasted the chance to pick up a point. Roy says this is a really different looking course with the lighting. Yeah, it is. Definitely. He didn't cover up too much of the lighter colored rough. The scrub area. So that really brightens it up, I think. Alright, so we both made par on 6. Hey, Mellows, how's it going? Storm, I went through Q school, got in CCD 3 strikes, went to E, played well, got a sponsor exemption, now in CCD with Cardigan. Nice. What's different with this course? The lighting seems a lot brighter than usual. Possible. Also, I am on my Xbox. I'm not on my PC, so I don't know if that's making any difference. I don't know. 51. Huh. This is a tough one here with this wind. I'm gonna loft up here. So on the Xbox, I'm doing Beat the Designer, and this is Callie's course. He is on Xbox, so that's why I have to play it on this platform. So it's another reason why you don't see your you don't see my webcam. I don't have one set up with the Xbox. Settler can keep loving your knockout tourney on the difficulty level regarding. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Just 2 more cuts on X1. Yeah, yep. knockout tourney's getting there. Definitely good. Looks like it's looks like people are enjoying it. So it looks like I think we'll run another one for sure. As soon as the other platforms are done, then we'll go. I think the PS4 and PC might. Well, definitely PS4 because we had more people there. So that's probably going to definitely run another round over the other two platforms. So we'll have to wait for. Oh, how'd that miss? We'll have to wait for that one to finish up. Missed my answer on the difficulty regarding sand driving games. Probably not. And regarding difficulty, sand, they are going to look at the short game and maybe revamp that up a little bit, so that could fall under that. Rice Green in this theme looks vastly different from most Delta courses. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it could be. It could be because I'm on Xbox instead of normally I do the Wednesday stream for my PC. Maybe that. Keith, TV brighter than monitor. Yep, Discovery, big up, Keith, you the man. Thank you, sir. Right back at you. Thank you. Storm Golf would be great to have an official format as such with notifications. I'm excited to hit the devs up. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm just not sure the logistics of it. We'd have to work that out and see if that's even possible to be able to do something like that. But yeah, of course, I would love to see it. I would love to see it automated. So right now I'm doing it on a spreadsheet. So when you got 80 people on the PS4, that's a lot to go through for that first round. Plus, I never even opened it up to. I never even posted it on Twitter or anything like that. So I mean, if I were to do that, I'll forget it. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Just doing it manually type stuff. So. Seller for the record, the top players in tournaments are separated by putting at the moment. That's where strokes are gained since most everyone hits fairways and greens pretty regularly. Mello says looks the same on PC. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what his settings were for lighting and things like that. So. On TGC, do you know if they have made any further progress with the multiplayer stuff yet? That you can tell us about anyway. Actually, I don't have any. I don't have any info on it. I would love to share anything I had, but yeah, I don't. I mean, at this point, they haven't even told me what game modes or anything. So hopefully, like I said, it's not going to be. It wouldn't be anything for this coming update. So hopefully, in the near future, we'll be able to share some more information. Like I said, I haven't gotten the info, so I don't even know if it'll be for the next update for sure. Hopefully. Hopefully. Will you guys be taking into account live the ball, side hill, uphill? Yeah, I mean side hill does get affected now. I know they want to add in uphill and downhills. Alright, so I got 136 up 18. Nice. Okay, let's see if I can pick up a point. Discovery also top players in real life are separated by putting, so what's the point? Well, to an extent. That's not everything that determines, but I know what you mean. Oh, there we go. Alright, so that's going to get me a point. On TGC, any news from Sony, Microsoft yet? No, they don't give you any kind of updates. It's basically the what do you call it? The update gets submitted to their console certification process, and you don't hear anything until they tell you it's done and it's ready to go. They don't give you any kind of updates like, oh, it'll be ready in 4 days, 5 days. They don't do that. Why? I don't really know. Yeah, no news is good news, I suppose. Yep. Because I'm sure if something I'm sure they don't say it because if something comes up for one of their first party games, well then you can be sure who's getting first priority on that. Oh, come on now. Alright, it's light rough though. Okay, 162. Down by 2 points here. Going to the turn, so that's not bad. Made a point back here. Putting makes or breaks a round. Well, yeah, but I mean, who was it? Brad Faxon or some of these guys that were unbelievable putters. I mean, they didn't win everything, so it's more to it than just putting. I don't know if I'm gonna get there. Get up there. Ah, I knew that was gonna do that. Ramjet, what time of day do they usually tell you it's ready? It all depends. I've seen Anthony got a call one night on a Friday night when he was out at dinner, and Xbox told him it was ready to go, so he called, and someone ran back to the studio and released it. So there really is no set. There's nothing set as to when these things come out, go live. Ah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. This hole has the downslope behind the pin, I think. Alright, 18 footer. Oh, there he comes. See, he's coming down. He got his own. I played 9 holes this afternoon. My putting was pretty good. Just the rest of my game in real life. Yeah, I'm hoping to play 9 on Saturday, but I don't think it's gonna happen. They're talking about thunderstorms and things, so that's probably not gonna happen. Plus, they just aerated my course. It's actually still closed today, so they've been aerating, so that could be kind of brutal. Sorry, not staying the same time. With respect to sand play, I haven't seen the ball not move or bounce out of the sand once I hit. Yeah, the ball, yeah, it does not, it's not going to bounce out of the sand if you land in. That's not the way the physics are set up. No, it doesn't always. I know people say it's 40 to 60% every single time. That's not the case either. At least it isn't when I was checking it the other day. So if it is on consoles and your PCs, well then that's going to change. Then they made a change because my build, that is not the case. I got 40 to 60. I got it 70, 80% on a fly. I was purposely just testing and hitting shots on the fly into the bunkers, and it was not plugging every time. Alright. I'm trying to get as much golf in as possible. The weather is still okay here in the UK. Yeah, do it. Do it. Well, the beauty here in North Carolina is we're just getting to the best. We're just getting to the best part. The fall, spring and fall are definitely the 2 best times. So we're just starting to hit. It's just starting to creep down. We've had a few days under 80 degrees, of course, Fahrenheit. So I saw next week a few days in the 70s. So that's what we're looking at for the next few weeks, 70s and 80, 70s, high 70s. So awesome. Love this time of year. 60s and 70s is perfect. There we go. All right. Where do we stand here? Ooh, 4 points for the Eagle is going to help quite a bit. Hey, Bill. Okay, thanks. Great to know. You're welcome. Ian Bright here in Scotland. We run on the course and steal your ball. That'll be in future games. That will not be. All right, so big swing there. We're up by a point now. Alright, so you gotta get up above this little ridge here. Down 12. Let's see how that looks. Alright. Top level. Nice, nice. Let's see what Callie does. Oh, he's going to come up short. We got a chance to pick up some more points. Alright. Gets 3 for the bird, so that's going to put me to 28 points. He is looking at par, and he's got it. So that puts him to 26. So I'm up 2. Going to number 13. This one, it's a tough one. Fairway really slopes left to right, so you really got to hit that far left edge. Let's see what happens here. Could work out nice, actually. Get through. All right. Good, good. All right. Man. Let's go there. Dang it. If I am hosting a game and put driving at most difficult setting, that means all who join the game play under those settings? No. No, it's on an excuse me, it's on an individual basis. There's no universal setting for that. Okay, up 21. Terrible putt. Okay. I'm at 30, Callie at 28, so got the designer by 2 points here, going to 14. Let's see if we can hang on to this one. Alright, got a nice wind here. Alright, good start. Settlers know that hard setting sets your loft on your driver up, gives you a 5 more yards of carry, very much not worth it. Even the best players find the payoff is not nearly worth it. It definitely shrinks the cone down quite a bit. Really what it's doing is it's just automatically lofting that driver up for you. You could change that. You could end up bringing the loft right back down again if you want, but it's just so if you want to make it harder, you don't need the loft. Move the loft up every single time you get to the driver. It just automatically puts it up there for you. That's gonna miss left, I think. Unless I get a lucky bounce. Oh, good night. I would say that was not a lucky bounce. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think he just put that in. That's makes it a little tougher. Come on, ball. Filter out there. Alright. That's going to give me 2, so he picks up a point. This one's not over yet, that's for sure. Nice bird there. So we go to 15. It's a par 3. 179. That's a tough green, though. 179. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to hit the 170. See how that looks. Hang on, ball. There we go. Alright, chance to pick up a point here, unless... Gotta be careful, though. He could always make a bomb. Oh, nope, he was chipping. Alright. Oh, man, I'm not seeing any movement here. Ah, you dog. Shoot. Alright. Missed an opportunity there, but we're still up by a point. Going to number 16, par 5 here. Alright. Not a favorable wind for the par 5, but don't think we're getting home anyway. It's pretty beefy. Alright, so this is probably going to be a layup. Let's check that water out there. Oh, no. We're good. I thought that water was up by the green, but that should be fine. Give it a rip. Alright. Both in pretty good shape here. Uh, 48, so I'm going to pitch that in there. Kelly not all that close, so we got a chance here. Alright, not bad, not bad, not bad. Oof. You just missed that. 6-footer. Alright, that is going to pick up a shot and give us a 2-point lead going to 17. Alright, timely birdie there. So 461 par 4 is the beast, and the wind is not really helping us too much here. Whoa. That was a wayward drive. He's out in the jungle over there. That was the dreaded S word off the tee, it looked like. Watch out for the monkeys back in there. Alright. Okay, down. Let's go with that. So he had to lay up there, so we're in good shape if we can get this on the green. Come on. Didn't get it very close, though. And it's trickling, trickling, trickling. Ugh. Darn it. Alright, so we missed the green, technically. Let's see what he does. I'll get a read in the meantime. There he is. Uh-oh. Oh, I think he stopped. Alright. 13. Oh, stop, ball. Where are you going? This putt's coming up. It's a big putt. Oh, goodness, he just missed it. Alright. 8-footer. Yeah. That should pick up another point there because I think he's making bogey, and it does. So we're up 3 points going to the final hole here at Arboretum Golf and Nature Preserve. This is by Callie, obviously. I'm playing his Ghost. This is Beat the Designer doing a Stableford format. Oh, and he puts it in the bunker. It's looking good for me here, but we still got to close this out. Tough one. Not many points available, so even if I took a 0... Oh, and he's in that bunker too. Even if I took a 0, we'd still be in good shape. So let's go down here. I don't know if it's going to reach, but I'll give it a rip. Yep. Probably going to trickle off there, and just barely. Okay, we're fine. We're good. Alright, so let's see if we can get up there. Let's see, so Kelly, there he is. Whoa, look at that spin. Alright, so we're going to finish it off with a par. Gets us 2 more points, gets us to 41. And I'm guessing he's going to make a bogey there. And he does. Makes the bogey, so he gets 0 points in the last hole. Tough finish. So I ended up taking it 41 to 36. That was Arboretum, Golf, and Nature Preserve by Callie. Let's definitely go out and give it a play. Let's look through. Oops. Alright, so anybody have another Xbox course or designer? Could probably do one more if you guys want to hang out. Anybody have a suggestion for a course built on the Xbox? But I don't have a course or designer to suggest. Oh. All right, let's see. Put it on Stableford. Is there a PGA course designed by an Xbox One player that you remember? Perhaps we can do one from that. Just looking on forums at the moment. Okay. We'll let you guys find another one there. I know there were a couple of posted in the thread, but I don't think they were Xbox courses. And that's what I'm streaming on right now, so be easier just to stay here and instead of making multiple streams. Trying to think. If no course found, how about do a random number from the public course lists? Let's do it. Alright. Give me somebody post a page number. Don't make it 10,227, please. How about in the Yep. Well, the thing is, I have to have an Xbox course, so we'll have to figure out. Page 23. Good enough. Go with page 23, and we'll see. Obviously, it's gonna have to be one of the icons that are up there. Thanks, Sony and Microsoft, for not letting us see cross-platform designers in-game. Yep, true, but they didn't have to let us do cross-sharing with courses either, so we do have to give it thanks for that, because it would definitely would have been a bummer if we couldn't do cross. All right, so it looks like this top one right here, Playa de Prescodia. That's Xbox. There's actually a few Xbox guys on here. Line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Hocking Hills. That's actually very good, but I don't think that's an Xbox. No, he's not an Xbox designer. Alright, anybody? Preferences? So he said 5. What if we... Oh, crud. I hit the wrong button. Should we go here? Since you guessed 5, should we go to 6? Hawaii Golf Club. You want to go that one? 4? Okay. Alright, let's do this. This is by Major Yankee Fan. Alright, so we are going here to Hawaii Golf Club, Major Yankee Fan. Alright, so let's pull his rival. Global Recent. I'm gonna have to use that because he's not on my friends list, so I'm gonna have to go with that Global Recent score. Alright, so we will take that. I hope to see some hula. Hula hula. Alright, let's do it. So we are going headed to Hawaii. Alright, so we will go to course, see what we could do. I think my record, I was picking the best score from the designer. So obviously I was making it a little bit tougher on myself, but my record was a little under 500. I kind of forget exactly where I finished off. Somewhere it's in that thread that beat the designer, the Xbox One version thread. But I was posting my results in there, so. But I definitely lost more than I won with that. All right, so a little tropical action here. Yeah, looks like it could be, but we're going with it. Let's see what we can do. It's Alright. 170. Let's go there. Settler. No! Auto gen. Get up, get up. Ooh, nice. Oh. Let's watch. Let's see the designer coming in. Oh, way short. And we're off to a good start. Picking up 3 points on the first hole. What do you think? Means that the designer didn't actually design, means they just let the game make the course boring. I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys want me to switch? If you guys want me to switch to a different course, I'll do that. If you don't want to see it. Oh, no. Oh, actually works out. Might go through, though. And it stopped. Uh, 181. Oh, alright. Not bad, not bad. Wow. Lots of break on these greens. It's okay, but how do you see this? This completely random water all over the place. But you can use, yeah, I mean, when you go to auto gen it, you can change the sliders so you want lots of water, a little bit of water. But like I said, yeah, I mean you could tell it usually puts the fairway bunkers right out there. Um, there's a high probability. So those greens look like the crappy muni near my course. So making you feel right at home then, I guess. Well, like I said, up to you guys. I'll keep going and keep the match going, unless you want to switch to something else. They're gonna go too far. Oh. Tees not level, no depth to the bunkers. Greens are perfectly flat, so they must have set it to that as well. No edges. Green, loads of water in places it shouldn't be. Yeah, you can see those little. Sometimes you'll see those little ponds like here, right there. That little dip right there. Like that should always be cleaned up. Oh, wow. Okay, I saw that on my first look on the designer. Looked too complicated for me to design a course, especially as I don't really have a clue on what makes a good course. Definitely, there's lots of tutorial videos out there. Crazy Canuck 1985. He's got some really good ones that'll get you started. 11-footer. All right, so we're out to quite a big lead here, 12-6. The DNCD is really good and powerful tool once you figure out how to use it. Yeah, definitely. There's quite a bit that you can do with it. And I mean, as you've seen on some of the courses stuff people can come up with is pretty darn amazing. Alright, so maybe we'll go 9 on this one. How about that? Because this one is, like I said, seems like, although I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen an auto gen do this part though. Yeah, I mean this was definitely work done. But it may have been an auto gen it may have been auto gen and then he just kind of jumped in and did a few things. Yeah, yeah. Alright, up 6 points. Alright, we'll go 9 and then we'll choose a different one. How about that? Oh wow, okay. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, most first courses are not top notch, that's for sure. Does AutoGen use the new funky bunkers at all? I don't really know. I haven't tried it. That's a good question. My guess is it doesn't, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I'll I'd have to test that. Yeah, I mean it's not like I said, this isn't 100% autogen, I can tell, but it definitely has a lot of elements to it that is. But yeah, I mean it just shows, putting in the effort I think definitely should be rewarded to. There we go. Come on, ball. I was going to say keep turning to the pin, but there are no brakes, so I don't think it's going to turn to the flag. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I will go into the designer after this. All right, let's keep rolling here. Yeah, I will test that funky bunker. Ah, missed it. Doctor, I tried the auto gen once, but felt the need to do some work on it, but I was confused by the amounts of sliders and switches. Yeah, it's a little daunting at first, but once you start working with it, it definitely all makes sense, and you get used to it pretty quick. And then you will be sucked in, addicted to it. As most of us designers are. It is definitely, like I always say, the game inside the game. It's probably going to go off the back of the green, I would imagine. Yep. All right. All right, so with an 11-point lead at the turn, I think that's going to do it. I think I got this one wrapped up. Let's go, let's back up here. All right, so you go into the designer. Do I even have? Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah. I was trying to remember. Do I even have the DLC for this account? But yeah, I must. So you can come into here. Obviously, they're all pretty self-explanatory. Trees, water, hills. If you want to make more, I was curious to look at something. And you can actually see it change in the background there, so it adds the water to it. Randomize just randomizes these three. So you can come to next. Now, I'm just going to leave it. Oh, you want to go a different thing? Okay, go a different thing. Back it up. I'll do Boreal. I'll let it do that, and then you can sort of see in the background as I change. So when I'm building, of course, I actually use these, and I don't know, kind of whatever I have in mind. If I'm thinking of a course with hills, I'll max it out. So I definitely use these sliders to start, and you can see it changes in the background. Same water, same thing. Depends on what I'm thinking of, but so you'll see it. So now you'll see the water pop in the background. Same trees. I could take all the trees out if I wanted. Start with 0 or very few. So you see it basically clears the plot back there. So put some back in there. All right, so come to next. If you're building from this, the course difficulty will factor in when you're auto-genning it. If you're going to do the course everything by yourself, then this slider really doesn't mean anything. But I'll leave it there for now because I'll just auto-gen this one. And then course holes, if you're building by yourself, you want to put this to 0. Just lower it all the way down, and it won't generate any holes for you, so that way you can do it all yourself. But for the sake of testing this out, let's see. Not that I build in this account ever, but we'll just type that. And so now you see it puts all the holes. It's auto-genning all the holes. Course is now saved. So we can look around, and it doesn't look like it puts any of the funky bunkers. Yeah, these are all basic bunkers, but as we were saying from that last course, what we thought we saw was if you come down, things like this, puts that big hill. I mean, that's no good. So that's what happens if you get some of the auto-gen stuff. You'll notice that. You can usually tell by the fairways. The fairways are usually kind of straight as an arrow type things. And then it usually puts these types of bunkers kind of right in the landing zone. It'll usually auto-gen those. You'll probably see that almost every hole will have those bunkers that sit out there in the landing zone. And then the fairways really just don't have much character to them. So that's a pretty easy way to tell on the auto-gen. Now, what you could do though, and then usually you'll see stuff like this too, like see how this rough, I mean way out here. And then here, there's no rough on the side. It really cuts down, then it gets really wide, so that's pretty easier to tell. All right, so yeah, that's a good idea. So I'll mention it to him and see. I don't know what it would take to change that type of stuff, but yeah, it would actually be kind of, well, probably better it isn't, but I was gonna say it'd be better if these auto gens were even a little better, so stuff like this doesn't happen. But maybe it's better that it does. But anyway, so you could go in if you wanted to go into the thing. So hold on, let's go over here. Where's a good hole to show? So here, so like 18, you can see if you did it here. If you go into layout, and so now I'm in green. So if I go to hazards, if I turn hazards off, you'll see, turn it down, And now you see the hazards up by the greens have all disappeared because I've turned those off. So turn them back on. And you'll see now all the bunkers pop up. Yeah, yep. Okay, interesting. That was actually one thing that confused me a little, how to make a full 18-hole course out of 18 auto gens. Yeah, I'll show you that, and I'll show you that too. So then you could do the same. I mean, this is where you could change slope. So for example, that one I just played, everything was down here on flat. For his greens, he probably didn't change anything, but I could boost it up to sloped. And then we could come down here and look, and now you'll see really sloped. Change it back to flat. And there you go. So now these greens are all flat again. So as you go through each one, you know, it's like I said, they're all in their own category, the greens. Now if I go out to fairways and do the same thing, I could change the width of the fairways, so I can narrow it down. Really narrows down. I could change, same thing as, well here there's two things. There's hazard start, so I could turn it up or shorten it down so the hazards are going to move closer to the tee, so they're going to start closer. Or I could make them far. They'll move farther down the hole. Actually, they're way down the hole now. Probably up by the green, so we'll do that. But then you can go here to hazards themselves, and I could just turn them off. And there you go. So now you've got nothing. Takes off the hazards on the thing. So tees and rough, same thing. You could do rough width, same type of thing. So I could narrow it down, and you'll see the rough really gets a lot narrower. So that's all things you can do. But I'll show you from the start. Let's go back out, and I will show you. Let's just exit. I don't need to save that. So now let's go back in and do something. I'll show you how to start from scratch. So pick whatever, you know, whatever theme you want. So go tropical. So this is how, if you wanted to go completely from scratch, I'll show you all the things that you're going to want to do. Alright, so of course start from here, and this is up to you. You could turn everything down if you wanted. You could always add in everything after the fact. Like I said, I kind of do whatever. I'm thinking of a theme, so if I'm thinking of a course with a lot of water, well then I'll just put this to the max. And you can always add water in after the fact. So, and then hills, we'll say okay, we'll add a little bit of hills. We'll keep the trees all the way up. And that's that. So we'll go to next. And then, like I said, if you're doing everything yourself, this doesn't mean anything. If I were to auto gen the course with all the way up to the max on hard, it would probably put in a lot more bunkers, and it might automatically give you slopes on the greens and things. So this doesn't make a difference. This one, you could leave this anywhere you want if you're doing everything yourself. So, but here's the one you want. Take this one down to 0. And I'll just call this one test, because I'm not really going to save it anyway. So we'll go test. Alright, so now we're good. So as you can see, now there are no holes, there's no clubhouse, nothing. The plot is completely empty for you to do whatever you like. So what I do is, now I'll come in and I'll just come right down the list on the right here. So I'll come to, okay, let's go to layout first. So we want number of holes, we want it to be 0. We don't want the pars. All these three can all stay at 0 because you're doing everything yourself. So come to greens, and then I just start from here and I go all the way across. So size, I turn it down because I'm going to build my own greens. Now I go Slope, I just turn them all down, even though slope really wouldn't come into effect, but hazards, turn that down. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Okay, speed, that's up to you. I mean, where do you want to put, what your course wants to be, so you set that where you want. And it can always be changed as you're going along. I did that on my Delta course that I was building. I had the speeds, I bumped it up just a hair based on the way I felt it was playing. Flag, you can come in, choose what flag you want, so just put the green one. And green firmness, same thing. So you move it up and down wherever you want to be. And that can always be changed after the fact as you're going along. I did the same thing on my Delta course. I bumped it up just a hair because it was just too soft. Basically was throwing darts in, the ball wasn't even really rolling out, so it made it a little too easy, so I came back in and I bumped it up just a hair. But so anyway, you can do that. Alright, so now we're back to size. So go back out. Now we'll go to fairways, same thing. Fairway width, I want it all the way down. Because I'm gonna build my own fairways. Start distance, we'll just turn it down. Because I'm gonna decide where that goes, so that really is more for auto gen. Hazards, take it out. Hazard start, just turn them down. Basically just set everything down to 0. Firmness, again, it's up to you. Where do you want your fairways to be? Soft, firm, however, so you can move that around, play with that. And we're back to width, so we're done there. Okay. And then tees and rough. So now rough width, I want that off because I want to do it myself. And then heavy rough, we'll turn that off as well. Tee box, you could choose, whatever tee boxes you want. So I'll just choose that, the green box. Tee color. Now this is the main tee box that it's gonna start with. So we'll go with the black. It's up to you. I mean, completely up to you. I like to make sort of the dummy tee boxes, so do that. And then tee furniture, all you're doing is just clicking it. So right now it's always on by default. So I just hit the A button, you hear the little ding. So now that means it's off. You don't really see anything, but that's what it basically just toggles it on and off. So okay, so now everything is down. So now we're all here. So usually what I'll do is I'll just kind of look around, and so like right there, I'm just looking at that like, oh, okay. Yep. So basically just turn everything down, and now when you want to start building, you're going to come here and you want to go to, then you can also change appearance if you want to change the backdrop. So it's up to you, however you want to do it. Time of day, same thing, you can change all that stuff. So anyway, so then when you're ready to build, come into create add, and right at the top now you'll see create holes. So I'll click that, and as you can see on the top right there, hole 1. So I'm just kind of looking, this is the way I do it, is I just kind of look around like, oh, okay, almost looks like a natural little spot, so I'll just build here. And I'll just do, for the sake of time, I'll just do that. The par 3s, when you click the first time, it's actually it's putting the waypoint down, so if you want it right where it is, you can just click it a second time. And now, alright, so now it puts in the basic green, puts in a basic tee. Now this is up to you. This is the green surface. So I like to make my own tee boxes. So if you move on to the tee box, and right here you see size. So I'll click on that, and I want to turn that down to 0. Now this is on a hole by hole basis, so you do this for each hole. So now there's nothing there. So I like to go in, and I'll go into create surfaces, and I like to make mine out of fairway. This personal preference, I just like the way it looks a little better. So choose however you want. You could, make whatever tee boxes you want. If you wanted to make some really funky looking tee box that was going to have multiple pins on it, or I mean tee boxes, you could do something like that. Go right there. Now I like to always put rough, because you got to put rough around it, because you look and see how it's got that band around it. That means there's a lack of a surface around it, so you want to put something. So I think the best way I like to do it is I don't move my my shape. I just leave it right there, and I just hit the B button to, well, I'm using an Xbox controller, but I hit the B button, back up, and then choose rough. And when you click on it, your cursor is right where it left, so you know it's on the exact same shape, and then just increase it. And then I'll click it down, and I'll put one thing of rough. So now, well, I'll have to flatten this, but anyway, you can see it basically puts that, and it puts a nice surface of rough on it. So just, I like to come in. I usually work on my tee boxes first, but it doesn't. Whatever you want to do, you could come in. You could use the same if you want to use the same shape, and you could come in something like that, and then and then we could raise up this area, something like that. I'm just doing a quick example, but so there you go. Obviously that's way too crazy, but you might not want to have it that high. But anyway, gives you the idea. So now you got a nice tee box, and by not moving that tool, to me I like that, because then it kind of follows the contours, and it puts your rough in. I think it looks pretty neat like that. So you have that. Now you can come in and do the same thing. So we'll come over and we'll go to create add, go to surfaces, and now we'll go to green. And this is as small as you can get it. You can't remove all of that green. It's not like the tee box. You can't remove that. So basically you're just going to build over it. So I'll go here and say, I don't know what do we want? I don't know. That'll be our green. We'll look something like that. So we'll just go here and drop our green right on top. There you go. And what I do, this is also personal preference, but again, I'll back up, leave the shape right where it is, don't touch it. And I like to go into fairway, and I give it a couple of clicks on fairway, and it'll just put that little border around it. So I do that with fairway, then I still don't move it. Back out and go to rough, and now I'll increase it. I'll increase and pop down a thing of rough. Now one of the tricks you can do is, you see how that put in there, you can actually hit the button multiple times if you don't move it, and when you hit it a second time, it'll actually add just a little bit to it. I don't know how well you're gonna see it on here, but I'm trying to get. Alright, so if you look in that top section, so now I'm not going to move it, and I'll just hit the button again. See if you can see it increase a little bit. So you just see if you notice that the size, you can actually add a little more to the rough. You can do that. I mean, you could always increase it and click it again, however you want to do it. So there you go. So now you've got custom built, basically a custom built hole, so to speak. And then do the same thing. I mean, you'd want to come in and obviously you'd want to sculpt this, but up to you. I tend to flatten. I'm going to come in, and I forgot what shape I was using there. Oh, okay. Anyway, you can come in, you can flatten if you want. And now you've got, then you can come back in and use, might want to come in however you want to do it. You come in, maybe raise this section over here, raise this up a little bit. So now you've got a little bit of a shelf over here. And you do however you want. But so that's basically it. I could add in same thing. So you're going to do the same with your bunkers. Okay, so we could come in. You could make just play around with them. You can always delete them, but if you wanted to do something, you could drop a bunker in. And you might want to say, I want to try and make something a little funkier, so I'll come in, I'll come in there, come in there. So however, obviously that's pretty weak, but yeah, I mean, just play with all the different shapes. I mean, you can resize them, make them smaller, and then you want to go in and just sculpt it. Just sculpt out your bunker. But I could do that. And you can add, say you wanted to put some, I'm just doing silly stuff now, but say you wanted to have some fairway on your thing, so that's how. Pick your shape. You can put it down. Again, I like the same trick of don't move the shape, just back out. And choose your rough. And then you can place your rough down. Yeah, you have to add something to it because, like I said, you'll get that that little ring around it. So you always have to put something around. Make sure you're putting things around your fairways and your greens. Okay, nice. Thanks for showing me. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I mean, this is obviously, it's obviously a kind of a goof hole. You wouldn't have that, but yeah, I mean, that's the basics. And then the same thing, you might want to come back. Same thing you could do with your heavy rough, and this is just goof. But you'll see when you put down surfaces will erase the auto-generated trees and bushes. So if I were to put this heavy rough down, you'll see all these trees should disappear. So it's gonna overwrite all that stuff. You can always hit the X button. If you see on the left side there, it says undo. For the Xbox controller, it's the X button. If you didn't want to cover that stuff, you say, oh shoot, okay. So you can always come back in. You can try and, if you'd rather keep them, you can try and come back in and maybe choose a different brush and say, all right, let me try and cut in here, and I'll try and keep those things, but I'll just put rough like right there. Do stuff like that. Maybe this bush we don't care, but we want to keep the tree, so we'll click it right next to it. So the bush is gone, but the trees are staying, so that's good. Maybe you want to cover all that stuff. So you cover up that rocky surface. Yep. So anyway, I mean, I like to do. Depends, up to you how you want to surround your bunkers. Some like to do heavy rough, some do light rough. But as you can see, you come around and just catch each one. And you can just go around. And that's really the basics. When you move onto your green, usually, like a lot of times when you move onto something, it'll change that little carousel on the top. So when I move on the tee, now you get different things: size, shape, move, the height. You can actually change the height of the tee box if you want. So like kind of how I built it up there, you could actually change that. I mean, shapes, it gives you some basic shapes if you want to choose from those. So you can do that. And also, you'll see move. So say I wanted to move it. I said, actually I'll move it over like this side of the tee box. So you could actually move, or I could move it completely. I could move it all the way back. So that's how you move your tee boxes. And then same thing, move on to your green. And now you get more options for your greens. But here's a good one, the one you're definitely going to want to know: place flag. So click on that, and now you get this little icon comes up. And now you can decide, like, oh, maybe I wanted to make a really tough pin, and I'll move it up here. So I just click it down. And now it's easy if you move off. See how the grid disappears? Because now watch, I'll do an example like this. So if I'm over here and I click it down, the grid isn't there. So now, like, wait a second, you can't see your brake. So just come off the green and then come back on. And now the grid will move to where it's around the pin. And see, now the green isn't up here because it's too far away from the flag. So just move off the green and then come back on. You'll see the grid come back up. Trying to think of what other things. If you had I'll do another quick one here to show you something else too. So go to create hole. So now go back to create hole when you're done. And some people will build out the entire hole like this. Other people, I've done both. So it might say, oh, you know what, you could do this and just go, okay, I'll go here. You get basically one waypoint. So the first time you click this in, so if I want to make a par 4, so look in the top left up there, you see right now it says 2T, 153 yards. That's telling me the distance back to this tee box. So you'll see as I move, it's changing. So you can use that to adjust. So say I wanted to make a par 4 that comes out and then cuts over into here. So the first, you get one waypoint, and basically, so what that means here, I'll go out to here, so around 3, click the button once to place that down, and now like I said, it creates a waypoint, so now you can go wherever you want. So I'll go over here, and we'll make it like a 455 par 4, somewhere in that range. So you click it in. Alright, so now because I basically set everything to 0, you can see it's not creating anything, so it's leaving all of this stuff in there. Again, now that's up to you. You can remove it. Like I said, as you place stuff down, so if I were to take fairway, like, okay, let me make my fairway. I like to remove the stuff first, just so I can see what I have going on, but you could always just do this. You could always just come in and drop your fairway in here. And it disappears, so you can just do that if you want. I like to go into here, create add, and I know this is all going to be overwhelming because I'm going really quick, but if you look for some videos online, obviously you could always go back and watch more stuff. But if you go into surfaces and then go over to clear generated objects, generated objects is everything. It's these bushes, it'll be rocks, it'll be the trees. If you only wanted to get rid of the trees, then you could use that one, clear generated trees. So, but I'll go to here, and then it lets you choose a brush, and I'll follow. So I say, okay, I want to cut along this line. So just click through. And you can do that. You just got to watch. You might want to keep those trees behind the green. So I might come over here and say, okay, let me just catch these. Might not want to just completely clear cut. So there you go. It's like, all right, cool. So I like that. So I'll build my green, you know, I'll do something like that, and I'll leave those trees behind. There. So you might want to leave those trees like, oh, I like those behind the green. That looks cool. So no reason to take them out. Hanji, I just leave the heavy rough in for the initial hole layout until I put fairway down. Yeah, it's all up to you how you want to do it. Now, this is just basically like a guideline for the hole. What this waypoint does is that's where your golfer is going to be aimed at. So when I go to play this hole, it's going to be lined up right at that number 2. But that doesn't mean I can make the fairway go over here. I can make the fairway come all the way out this way and then back again. However I want. I can make fairway however I want to go. This just is where you're going to aim at, and then the distance wise, it's going to basically kind of select your club, assuming it's out in the fairway. I mean, if I were to make this fairway come all the way out here, it probably wouldn't catch it, but then what you can do, so say, I don't know, say you had this set up and you're like, you know what? I'd rather actually make this a dogleg right. Okay, so you could actually move on to this number 2, but and then zoom all the way out, and you'll notice, see how the carousel changed at the top. I'll do it again. Watch how it changes as you get way farther out. Oop, there it goes. So now I can look for, you could either move the hole, so I can move that entire thing to a different spot, or I could go to move, and move when I'm this far out is the waypoint. So now I could take the waypoint and move it. I'd say, all right, I'd rather actually come out this way and have you hit over that water. So let's do that. So now then just place it back down. All right, so now you've got a dogleg right. It's gonna, but I mean, I could always get rid of that. If you just highlight it, you can always go and look for delete brush. Make sure you hit delete brush, not delete hole. So now you can do that. Okay, so that's how you move the waypoint. Just move right on top and just make sure you're way zoomed out, and you'll find move on there. And the same works for the T. Just move on top of it till you find move. That green, same thing. You can move on to the green, and you'll see move come up, and that move is referring to the green, so you can move the green anywhere you want. That's most of the basics there. Really, a lot of the rest of it is, I mean, most of it's personal preference. Like Hans says, he leaves the heavy rough in. You could do that. You could take it out. I mean, if you put the heavy rough in, it's going to drop along this line. It's going to drop heavy rough down. It's up to you. I mean, you could use it if you don't want to. So, like I was saying, some people will do this. Some people will build. They'll build out the hole. They'll do everything, plant it completely before they move to the next one, and then lay down the next hole and completely build it out. Do everything they want. It's up to you. You could do this, or you could do it that way, or you could do everything. Just keep coming to create a hole. Okay, I'll just come over here and I'll do this. Build out that hole. And now it's ready to set your next one. So you can go out, create your next one. So it's up to you, however you want to do it. I mean, you may want to lay out all the holes first. Put all 18 down. So it's up to you. However, like I said, it's all personal preference. I don't know. I kind of do a little of both. Sometimes I'll lay out the site, especially if I start getting to a spot, like say I had a property like this. Obviously, you can't build everywhere because there might be big expanses of water, so you don't want to, like, of course it's a video game, you can do whatever you want. You're not driving from hole to hole, so technically you don't need to have every hole start next to the next one. You could build hole 1 over here, you could build hole 2 over here. It's up to you. Some people, they want to have it so it is right there. They, to follow the realism. It's not necessary, to be honest. But say you were doing that and you were building hole after hole right next to each other, you might want to say, oh shoot, I don't want to build myself into a corner, so let me do this, and I'll lay out 4, 5, let me see, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just make sure you can lay it out. And what I'll do is sometimes I'll do this, and I'll do all this stuff, and then when I get there and I'm looking at it, I'm saying, yeah, this is where 3 is, but I'd rather do something else. Maybe 3 I might want to change a little bit, so I might do that, change the waypoint and move it over a little bit. So it doesn't have to be set in stone, or like I said, you could also do that and just move hole. So maybe you wanted to move it, maybe you move it out that way instead. So you move the entire thing at one time. Yeah, Royce has exhibited in many TGC courses. Realism is not a requirement. Nah, it's not. It doesn't have to be. You're not driving. You're not driving to the next tee box, so completely up to you. However you want to do it, but again, all personal preference. Do you want to build an entire hole at one time? Do you want to lay them all out? Some people find it easier to do it that way, and I mean, I've done both. Doug's by, I just made a crocodile exhibit near the practice putting greens on my new course. Nice. Does it have a petting area and a feeding zone? So anyway, so that's, like I said, up to you. You can build them all out you want, and then go back. You could actually even build out, and then you could actually reorder. So say you were building your quiz. So you know what? I really like this hole's awesome. I want this to actually be the first hole. You could actually zoom all the way out and go to reorder hole, and then you can change it to. So I'll make this the first, and then it changes the numbers of the holes out. So that's even something you could do too if you wanted. So that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest is all it's all up to your imagination and just learning techniques. Getting used to the sculpting tool. That's definitely that's one of the biggest things. So I mean, when you have just getting used to building them out, you don't want bumps. Always flatten your tee boxes. Get rid of hills out in front of your greens, out in front of your tee boxes. So I mean, even like that, it's probably too high, so you could come in. Depends what you want. Flatten is gonna flatten it like this. Raise will keep the land. It'll just drop it down. So if I wanted to keep that little slope to it, I could come in like that, and then lower it down. Oh, I could lower it down, and it'll still have that little ridge in the front of that piece where I moved. So see, it still keeps that. It still kind of keeps that little slope there. That's raise. But anyway, so then there you have. Now you don't have that big bump in front of the tee. So you want to make sure you give visuals of your hole. You want to have that nice view, because sometimes people end up doing that. They'll have a big mound in front, and they built these awesome bunkers, and then you go to play the hole, and because of the mound in front of the tee box, you can't see the bunkers unless you're zooming like way out. So yeah, so that's basically it on how to basically get it down to 0 and then to start from scratch. All right, I think that's gonna do it for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you haven't hit the follow button, please do so. That would be awesome. Always appreciate all the follows, and it's awesome having you guys tune in all the time. It's always fun. Hopefully we'll be back to a normal deal next week. Like I said, this week the guys were out. Anthony had to run to the airport, and he wasn't going to be around for the whole time, so he wasn't able to do it with me. But I'm going to see. I don't know if you guys like the Beat the Designer thing. Maybe I'll incorporate that into a semi-regular or more regular thing. I could do it on, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, or something like that. One of the other days. I could throw those back in there. That could always be fun. All right. Thanks, Antonio. Take it easy. All right, we'll see you guys. And let's see, play days coming up. Well, this weekend starts the NFL season, so Sundays is probably going to be out for me unless I do it really early, like 10 a.m. Eastern time, something like that. That's a possibility, but I was thinking maybe Friday night and then early Saturday morning and then Saturday late. That's probably what the schedule is going to be, but I am going to try and avoid playing during the football season, because that is my favorite sport. So I definitely want to be watching the games. So keep an eye on that. It'll be a slight change in the schedule, but not too much. It's probably just getting rid of the Sunday one and making it up on a Friday or a Saturday. I'll let American Hen disrupt golf. Bite your tongue. But yeah, so anyway, so keep an eye on that. I'll post it up in the forums, of course. So, alright guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.